Hey, we're live on Brunch with Brian today. So, how are you doing today? Today, I want to talk about your realtor plan. I'm all dressed up in a warm sweatshirt and a beanie today because it's cold outside. Maybe it's cold outside where you live, but don't let that stop you from getting out there this weekend. What's a way that everybody could go see property this weekend? A good candidate for a potential seller financing or a good deal is realtors. And that's one thing that if you have not been developing your realtor network, that's something you got to get going on immediately. Why not today? So everybody, even if I usually call Saturdays deal meeting Saturdays, because we love to have a good deal meeting with a seller set up for a Saturday. In fact, we focus our calling on Thursday and Friday, closing calls on trying to find a good appointment for Saturday, at least one, if not more than one. So deal meeting Saturday. But if you haven't found a FSBO, you can always call on realtor listings. So I have put a plan out there, a realtor marketing plan, and we've offered it at our events. We talk about it at our events. It's a 20-step plan. If you were at our pre-funded property event last week, you got that realtor marketing plan and you're using it. If you were not at that event, there are some details to this, but the broader strokes to work in realtors are what? Okay, so everybody goes on a realtor appointment tomorrow. Okay, I mean, there's no reason you couldn't go see at least one house tomorrow or a few houses with a realtor tomorrow just by calling today and setting it up. Okay, or call FSBOs, call for sale by owners, try to find also a deal meeting with a seller that you could sit down and actually buy their house. Now, with realtors, it's a pretty simple plan. The way we do it is we look through Zillow. Now, you may have a software program, you may have some kind of a search program. We have RealFlow. We have a version of RealFlow, and it has all kinds of different things you can do to search and find properties. But if you don't have that kind of program, Zillow is really good. Zillow, should not be underestimated what you can do with Zillow. If you really get into Zillow and start exploring, there's all kinds of reports you can do and analysis and stuff if you really get into Zillow. So I would recommend that. But for our purposes, what we're going to do is we're going to go on Zillow and we're going to do a search in a city. Remember, it doesn't have to be your city. Obviously, if you want to go look at properties this weekend, it does have to be within driving distance of you. So you're going to pull up that city, and then over on the right side, when you type in the city on Zillow, over on the right side comes up one thing that says listed properties and then another tab that says other. Okay, so under the other tab, that's where your FSBOs are. They also usually throw vacant land and new construction in there too. So you have to wade your way through that stuff. Mainly you're looking for sale by owners there. But then remember, sometimes there's 5 or 10 or more times as many listings under listed than there are under other. So that's where there's a ton of deals that could be had. So then I want you to go under listed and I want you to do a search, and my main criteria are 30 days listed or a price reduction, maybe both. All right, so if you see that, then I want you to contact me. What you do is you go over on the right side and you scroll down and find the agent. Find the agent's contact information. Now, if you scroll too far, you're going to see a bunch of nice little agent ads with pretty faces. That's not who you're looking for. Those are people who pay Zillow to put an advertisement on there so you'll call them. Okay, what we're talking about is the actual listing agent, and they might not even have their phone number on there. So you might have to look them up on realtor.com, and that's our next step anyway. So once you find the realtor's name, make sure you keep the Zillow listing, and everything about that one. Then go do a search on realtor.com, see if you can find out more about the realtor, read their little bio. That's often helpful for building rapport. And then look at their listings. There's a tab down there that says listings. Click on that and you'll open up a map, and all the little red dots are current listings. Sometimes people will have 50 listings. That doesn't mean they have 50 now. It means they've had 50 over their whole career. And so, if you see someone with a lot of listings, they probably have multiple listings right now. Sometimes they're on a team. And if they're on a team, sometimes they'll have like 10 or 20 listings maybe at the same time. So go to the listings, see what else they have that you might be interested in. Don't just call on the one. You might get them to show you 3 or 4 properties. So they may have better listings than the one you're even looking at. Usually if they have one that's like something that looks like a good prospect, the chances are they've got other ones that are similar to that. So call it, then you're going to get their email off of that realtor.com and their phone number, and you're going to send them an email and you're going to say, we want to offer full price on your property at, and then you give the address. And then you say, what we do is we're investors in the area. We buy and sell houses all around the area. When we buy distressed houses, we pay cash. But when we buy nice houses like your listing, we usually look for a seller carryback or seller financing. Now, agents like the word seller carryback. A lot of times they're more familiar with it, or seller carry. That's what you'll usually see advertised in the MLS when they're trying to talk about seller financing. So you send this email and then you say, maybe if this seller is open to taking monthly payments, that's great. But if not, do you know of any other sellers, any other listings? So that's your email, something roughly like that. I have it pretty well worked out. And then you attach a credibility letter if you got one with some kind of credibility. And then you get responses, and you get the agents calling you back, and the ones who don't call you back, you follow up on. And you ask them if this seller would be willing to take monthly payments, and if not, and then you offer our standard deal. What's our standard deal? It's 10% down because they've got to cover the agent commissions and closing costs and stuff, and I'm okay if they get a little money out of it. So usually we'll offer 10% or maybe 8% if we get to know the people better. 10% down, 5% interest rate, which is under the going, you could have the perfect credit and you're going to pay more than 5% right now. So we're asking for 5% interest rate and amortized over 30 years. And the way I put it in there is I put a comma and then I say balloon if desired. Okay, so that's our LOI. We send out a letter of intent if it looks like we've got something, and those are the terms in the LOI, and then we see what we can work out. So we bought a lot of properties like this through agents, and once you find a good agent, they'll bring you properties. The ones that are good, a lot of times it's not the one you're calling about. They'll say, well, no, that seller needs all their cash. They need to sell right away or whatever. But they'll say, but I think I know one, or I have this other listing, or there's this agent in my office who has this listing he's been talking about. So a lot of times one thing leads to another, and they'll be bringing you properties, and that's the best scenario. That's why you're trying to build a realtor network. They're out there talking to sellers all the time, sellers and buyers. They're in the market. And so if they're your bird dog and they're finding properties for you, that's awesome. And they don't even get paid till you get paid when they make a commission. So I love working with realtors, and that's basically the realtor plan. I want you to build up. Your goal should be to have 20 realtors that you've talked to. Talk to 20 realtors, make sure you keep their names and you keep contacting them, on a follow-up basis. Even put them on an email, a regular email drip campaign where they get an email from you once a month. But developing realtor contacts, they'll bring you at least 10 deals a year. That's my goal for you, is you do 10 deals a year. You'll get that from realtors if you work on the realtor market at all. Now, I will say that this didn't apply a year ago. Realtors weren't so friendly and cooperative because they could sell the properties quickly to people for very low mortgage rates. Now you've got motivated sellers and listings that are languishing. And so the realtors are more motivated, the sellers are more motivated, and you should be more motivated. Okay, so I'm motivated to work with realtors. Okay, I love working with realtors. That's our affirmation for today. I love working with realtors. Say, ready? On 3, we'll say it 3 times. I love working with realtors. 1, 2, 3. I love working with realtors. I love working with realtors. I love working with realtors. Yeah. This is a big goofy old sweatshirt. I don't normally wear stuff like this, but it's kind of funny. And it's Friday. It's casual Friday, I guess. Even though we're always in formal dining room Friday, as you brunchers know. So let's do our deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. Nice big smile on your face. Remember, you can go out and see listed properties this weekend. You can find an agent who'll show you around. Nice deep breath in. Let it go. If they ask you for a proof of funds, call our office. We can get you a proof of funds if you need it. And it's 888-RICH now. Okay, one more deep breath in. A little bit and I'm serious about that. If you're working with agents, we will work with you on those deals. Sometimes we even split deals like that with our students, but we work with the realtors, and I am awesome at working with realtors. I can win them over pretty quick, and they're, really like us, and they bring us a lot of deals. So if you have realtors that you want to work with, and you might maybe want to work with us on that, and maybe you want some help with this email campaign and and your credibility letter and all that, call the office. We can work with you on this. And everybody should be working their realtor market. So that's a new thing we're doing, is sort of like a realtor mentoring thing to help you develop your own market. Everybody in the Wolf's Deal Club, we work with realtors. So if you're in the Wolf's Deal Club, or if you want to get on board with this realtor marketing program, just let us know. Call the office, 888-RICH now. You can always email us at support@thewolfcouple.com as well. Okay, so have a great weekend. Go see some houses. Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, and all that stuff. And I will be seeing you guys. Actually, I'm not going to be here for a little bit. We are going on a trip, and we're doing a presentation, a whole event where I'm not going to be around. Now that I think about it, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I might be able to pop in one of those days, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, but I doubt it. So probably. You will not see me until Thursday of next week. So until then, I'm going to miss you. Go out and get a deal. Start talking to realtors. Call the office. We can always be reached. I'm going to be I'm not out of communication. I'm just going to be busy during this time on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So stay in touch. Let us know if you need any help. I want you to be successful this year. 2023 is going to be your year. This is a big year for everybody. So until I see you guys next, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and taking action.